Hey guys, Marsing here bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be taking a look at the INT Fat BUU and his team versus Fusion ZAMASU. We've already done the Goku run. Of course, this is the end of an era, I guess, right? The ending of the old meta. Global has been stuck with ZAMASU and Omega as like the two main bosses for ages. Now we have the Barbady's Forces and Super BUU event to be playing around in, but just like the Goku video, I wanted to try out the BUU in this like previous meta and see how we get on. Of course, we started with him not actually on the starting rotation. So one is on the second turn, one's in slot 7. So we'll just have to go from there. We do have Super BUU on the team. Super BUU does, of course, get guaranteed guard versus Fused Fighters enemies. So he works quite nicely in this event. He gets hit by the AoE, which means he doesn't have to be in slot 1 in order to get that buff from being hit before he attacks. So he's able to do a pretty nice attack stat here, get his attacks off, and then obviously tank for double digits for the rest of the turn, which is good. Hirudegarn dodged the super as well, which we'd love to see that. And then, yeah, we are here for our boy Fat BUU. So we got the LR BUU tanks on the team. I did bring the STR Super BUU, but I really don't know if he's... he needs to not be... yeah, this is kind of the best case scenario for him. Although, honestly, the best case scenario, actually, is if we get... if BUU gets killed, like Fat BUU. I could do this. It's going to take it. This is going to be a big risk here, but, I mean, the... physical LR BUU tanks does have guard. I was going to say, if we get supered immediately, though, that would be bad. But I guess it depends how the attacks play out for the turn. But yeah, because of course he dodges that. What a surprise. Then you take 100k, you take 273. Okay. Alright, so actually, this could work out how I wanted it to. I could have put Fat BUU in slot 1 and he would have instantly died. But the reason why I didn't do that is because I didn't want to miss out on stacks with BUU tanks. So I think now, because it's only turn 1 and he's only going to get off a super or two here, I don't think BUU takes double digit damage from ZAMASU. So like BUU tanks will take double digits now after getting all this extra defense from his attacks, or he'll just dodge. But I think Fat BUU might actually get killed, which is kind of what we want, right? He gets the revive, and then we're back to full health. It also means we get to use his active skill on the next turn, or the next turn for him, if he does revive, but we'll see. We're getting the additional supers off. Of course, the more supers he gets, the more defense he gets. So the less likely he is to actually get killed. Okay, he did take double digits. Well, that's not what I was expecting. Now, that does mean, however, I could pretty much guarantee that the other Fat BUU gets his revival on this next turn, because I can just put him in slot 1. We'll float off Gotenks. Gotenks? Float off Frieza. We get a lot of HP back here, though. There's no real reason not to transform Hirudegarn, basically, straight away. So yeah, really what I want to happen here is for BUU to get supered in slot 1. Because we've got enough HP that we'll be able to survive any AoEs that come our way for any of these guys. Might as well do that, get the 18 key super. If we get that far in the turn, of course. Because yeah, BUU does take a bit of a smack in here. And then, there we go. He gets his revival. And then both the BUUs are now supercharged. We get the one from the previous turn who's actually gotten some attacks off and gotten some stacks is going to be the one who is on the turn and can be in slot 1 with guard, and now the extra stat buff from having got the revival bonus. Of course, this is the best thing. They need to do this for every revival character going forwards now, right? Where they don't need to be the one who revived to get their buff. And then we are going to be looking very good with these guys. So I think we can probably get away with doing this again, actually. It's a problem where you want to get stacks with like multiple characters, because we really want BUU to stack. We want both the BUUs to stack, but I mean, he can't actually get his 18 key super, so I suppose it doesn't really matter. Stacking attack is useful, of course, but if we can't stack the defense, then it's not as important. And then, of course, there's always the possibility that INT BUU doesn't kill ZAMASU here, but I feel like he probably will. Because, yeah, Super BUU will take some damage, but never mind. Super BUU will take double-digit damage. But, yeah, the friend BUU dropping a 9 mil here. So, it's going to be all she wrote for ZAMASU, I think. I guess it depends how many additionals we get. I was almost spot on 10 mil for the second super. Because, yeah, I don't want to kill him. But we're going to get another one anyway, 10.8. It's always the way when you don't want additionals, right? That you end up getting them. Because I would like BUU. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. That means BUU Tanks can get an 18 key, which means he gets a defense stack. You should eat this for double-digit damage now, right? After those supers and the guard. Yeah, okay. Yeah, BUU's pretty good. It's so funny because it's like, before you get the revival, like, he can get crushed. But then you kind of want that to happen because then he just revives and then becomes really good. And then, of course, this is actually really beneficial as well, getting this extra attack off, because that's another stack to our attack. So we definitely take those. And, yeah. The good thing about Super BUU as well is he carries over that buff from being attacked. And he hasn't attacked yet. So he'll keep that until he attacks on this next turn, or the next time he comes around. Which works out really nicely because we don't have the... Well, it would be kind of silly not to, really. So let's go ahead and Candy Beam the Fusion ZAMASU. What a great setup this has been so far. I mean, it's one of those things where BUU's team, I think, is not perfect in terms of running the full extreme variant, but I think it's the same issue that like Harudagon has, and it was a big issue that people had with Broly's team when he came out for the anniversary, which obviously we haven't had on Global yet, but you don't have to run his team full additional. Or sorry, full extreme. I keep doing this though. I think I mentioned in another video, I need to remember that if I'm going to put BUU in slot 2, I need to pick up the orbs with Harudagon first. I mean, I don't need health, so realistically I should... Yeah, no, I will keep you here actually. Let's do that. And then grab these for you. And then I'm going to try and get you. We've got a lot of decent orbs set up. We've got INT orbs on the left for BUU, a bunch of orbs at the bottom for BUU Tanks, because it doesn't matter what type they are, he gets a bunch of extra key per orb anyway. So that works out quite nicely. And then, yeah, this guy, he was the one that got killed, so he's not got any supers off, I think. So he's got the buff from having revived, but obviously he doesn't really have any... doesn't really have any build up yet, so him getting a bunch of supers off here is obviously good. Get that bit of extra stat build up. The one thing I do notice with using my BUU now for a little bit is at 55%, I gave him a skill orb that gave him additional. I probably should have given him one that gave him some crit, because I've noticed he can drop quite a few attacks sometimes, but obviously against some of these tougher bosses, if he's not getting crits, then he's not really doing a lot of damage. And I feel like once he starts getting built up, he doesn't really need to have dodge. So he obviously, as an INT unit, he gets level 5 dodge for free. I think I just gave him a silver skill orb that gave him like 5 additional. Okay, so you've now got 639k defense. Although that's if we move, yeah, see, if I move you, that's the thing I don't really want to do, is Golden Freezer becomes such a fraud once you've once a few turns have passed. So like, he could get clapped by ZAMASU here, so I might have to do this, which I don't really want to do, but is probably the best way to make sure he's not getting killed, because you have 427k. If I just transform him into Buhan now, then he has guard, and he's going to have higher defense anyway, and of course get a bunch of defense from supering. So yeah, it's probably the smart way to go about it here. And then if we do this, and then we can do this, those did not fall as much as I thought they would, but we get the 18 key super anyway, so it's fine. And then yeah, BUU's able to get his attacks off here. Post super, BUU's defense is now incredibly high, and he has guard. So ZAMASU can super attack Fat Buu here, and it's not going to do any damage. Well, might do some damage, but it's not going to kill me. So, Buu in a very safe position here. Gets his supers off. Unfortunately, of course, with the boss being physical, that's the other big reason why not getting a lot of crits, or not getting any crits, is not doing us a lot of favours. The friend is 90%. I don't know what their build is, but yeah, not getting crits is really not what we want. So, let's see, how much are you taking from this? Oh, okay. Well, we're going to take 0 from that. I kind of wanted to see how much that would do. We were robbed, but I guess it is what it is. And then, yeah, we don't have to worry about Frieza, at least for this turn. I think we should be fine, though. We've got the Buuhan and should be able to do a decent bit of damage in slot 3. I kept the STR Buuhan on the next turn. So the next turn we should be able to do a pretty solid amount of damage. And then this guy's going to get his buffs. He gets his buffs on Super for 4 turns, which means when he comes around next, even though he's being floated off, although I don't think the event will last that long, he'll still have all these extra stacks on his defense and everything. So, yeah, Buuhan definitely. LR Buuhan looks so good. And this is him next to Golden Frieza, so he's getting like Fierce Battle Legendary Power, and I think that might be it, right? He's not getting any of his extra margin links. And then look at this guy just going off, getting all of these super attacks in here. I think this lines us up pretty nicely to just win on the next turn, potentially. I guess it depends on the rotation, but we should be able to... yeah, if we do this, because then you can grab these. Like I say, I think the Super Buu should still have his buff from one of the previous turns. And of course gets guaranteed guard because it's a Fused Fighter's enemy. So... yeah, see, this Buu hasn't supered anywhere near as much. So 70k from a normal. Of course, the big thing with him is he's stacking up defense, but just like the Goku, he does get a pretty big chunk of defense on super. So he's getting that, and then of course he's getting the actual super attack effects as well. So his defense is now way higher than it was before he got to attack. And of course he has guard, so he's looking pretty good here now as well. Up to 8 mil. But sadly, no crits. 9 mil now as well, man. Just think of the amount of damage. Like, Zamasu would absolutely be dead. If we were type neutral with Fat Buu, Zamasu would probably be dead by now. But don't tell me. Don't super Buu. Oh, no. Because this is Buuhan without big bad bosses here, still managing to drop a 10 million attack stat. There's the additional as well. Oh, this is going to be a bit sketchy for him. Will he take a super here? I don't know. Come on, if you're going to super, there you go. I was going to say, if you're going to super this turn, you got to super STR Buuhan. If he supers Super Buu, then probably GG. Yeah, 290. I mean, that's not ideal, but post-super, Super Buu should be able to tank at least, because he gets guaranteed guard. If he wasn't guarding, I would be a little bit more worried. But yeah, because we get the guard, we know that we're going to survive even if we do take a fair bit of damage. And then we can go ahead and do... we heal too much to get the Candy Beam. That's kind of annoying. To get the super for Frieza. But we can go ahead and do this. And then we can Candy Beam. Remembering to actually do it the right way round. And then do this. Yeah, so the event definitely took a lot longer than it did with the Goku team, but that is of course largely due to the fact that Buu, neither of the Buus really getting any crits throughout this entire run, which is not really helpful to us in terms of getting a speedy resolution to the event. But it is what it is. Candy Beam obviously keeps us completely protected here, which obviously saves us from any attacks having to be thrown out at Golden Frieza, who by this point in the event has basically lost all of the damage reduction that he can lose. So not in the best spot defensively whatsoever. But we are definitely in a good position here. We're going to have to win on the next turn because, yet again, all of the INT units just not getting any crits, which is not really ideal, but it is what it is. Alright, so What's your defense now? 700k. And we've basically got the Dokkan attack here. And then Buhan. Oh, Buhan's at 1. Should we just put Buhan in slot 1? 1.4 million with guard. I mean, and this is supposed to be an INT BUU versus ZAMASU video, though. So we probably should we'll let BUU go off first. But unfortunately for him, if he doesn't get any crits, he's not actually going to kill him anyway. Right. Although we got the Dokkan attack, actually. Dokkan attack probably finishes him off, right? Yeah, let's get we'll hit the nodes. We'll try. It's his video. But yeah, look at Buhan. 1.4 million defense start of turn. Pretty good. Because he carries over those stats from the previous turn. I've seen him get to the point where when he's on that second turn after transforming and he's carried over those stacks, I've seen him getting like multiple 10 million additionals like for the 12 key super. So he definitely goes ham once he picks up. But yeah, no crits for poor Fat BUU. But fortunately the team is so defensive, team has so much healing, and we're able to outlast our boy ZAMASU here. I was kind of hoping that would be it, so we could see the BUU tanks, or the Buhan, I should say, attack stat, but there we go. Fat BUU actually able to finish him off. So there you go. Fat BUU versus Fusion ZAMASU. The two units definitely very, very good in this new event. The new unit's very good against this older event that has been menacing global for what, like 7 months now or something. So I saw someone comment, I think it was like I did the Go Tanks versus ZAMASU video, and people were like, someone in the comments was like, well, of course he's good. He's a new unit versus an old event. But it's like, that's kind of, these units are kind of like the therapeutic, like, yeah, this old event was super annoying for ages, so it's kind of fun to bring the new units in and just absolutely smash the event. So let me know what you guys think of BUU down below in the comment section. I'll probably do Omega for both these guys as well. As we start getting all of these newer events and move into the anniversary, I'll basically I won't be doing videos versus ZAMASU and Omega anymore, because it seems kind of pointless at that point. But it's kind of fun to mess around with these guys in these events. So let me know what you think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.